I broke up with my boyfriend in the year he was at his poorest. A year later, he had achieved great success and married a younger, prettier, and more lively girl than me. On a variety show, the host asked him if, having won a grand slam of awards at such a young age, he still had any regrets. He wrapped his arm around Zara's waist and said, "I want to know how she's been since breaking up with me." The host paused. "She's been, not well." Pierce finally smiled, "Then I'm relieved." But Ms. Megan left behind a box of videotapes before she died. Pierce's smile froze. On the videotape were the days and nights from the moment I left him until his passing. Before he died? Pierce's hand paused on Zara's waist. Then he sneered, "Is this your show's special effect?" The host shook his head. On the big screen behind him appeared my smiling face. "Hello everyone, I'm Megan. Today, I broke up, huh? You're asking if I'm sad about dumping a promising, handsome, and charming innocent guy?" In the footage, the girl with a shaved head was picking out a wig for herself. Hearing this, she looked at the camera and smiled, "Not sad. It's him who should be sad seeing me like this now, haha." Huh? Why are you trembling? You're not even taking the photos properly. I steadied my best friend Tiffany's shaking hand. Tiffany choked up, "I don't want to take them. I'll just end up crying, I don't want to do it anymore." That's not an option. You promised me you'd document every day before I die. Tiffany's voice wavered with tears, "Can't I change my mind?" No. I pouted, "No one else can handle this perfect farewell of mine." Seeing her still crying, I grabbed the hem of her shirt and shook her gently, "All right, Tiffany, you're the only one I have left in this world." Her sobs grew louder, Okay, I get it. Isn't it enough that I'm taking the photos?" After many years, I returned to the old family house. Tiffany was walking behind me, holding her phone, while I led the big yellow dog along the country path. From the ridge came a soft laugh. "I was wondering why Pierce just updated a song on Facebook. Turns out it's because you took the little yellow dog away." I turned my head, "What song?" "I blocked him right after we broke up." "Take everything you want." Tiffany and I exchanged a glance, suddenly caught between laughter and tears. "Take everything you want, I'll bear the rest. Keep our dog, no matter if it's useful or not." Tiffany laughed until tears streamed down her face. "He wanted nothing but the dog, and you wanted nothing but the dog, so you just took the dog, ha ha ha." Our laughter echoed into the sky, gradually mingling with sobs. The old wooden door creaked open, and I brushed away a spiderweb. "I'm telling you, ever since Pierce and I went to school in Seattle, we rarely came home. After Mom and Dad passed, Pierce and I took the little yellow dog with us. This is the first time I brought him back." The scene shifted, and there I was holding the camera. Hello, Megan is taking everyone on an immersive tour of cleaning the old house." Tiffany, wearing an apron and holding a broom, frowned. "I'm the one actually cleaning. My lady." "I'm the patient, let me be." After a burst of laughter, I came out of the kitchen looking bedraggled. Tiffany scowled and grabbed the spatula. "I told you not to cook, not to cook. Don't you know your own skill level? Go sit down." I coughed while laughing and sat down. As soon as Tiffany stepped into the kitchen, the smile vanished from my face. I propped my phone on the table and gasped for breath uncontrollably. Trembling, I took a few puffs of oxygen before smiling at the camera. "Sorry, lately I've been having more and more trouble breathing. Cough cough. Actually, I'm really good at cooking, I swear. Watch me bravely venture into the kitchen again," I said, picking up my phone, only to notice something furry by my feet. The camera panned down to reveal a little yellow dog, its eyelids drooping as it lay at my feet. "Hungry?" I handed over a sausage. It brought it to its mouth but stayed lying on the top of my foot without moving. "Good little yellow dog, I'm going to the kitchen to check on Tiffany. Get up." It didn't move. "What's wrong? Why so clingy today?" I stroked its already withered fur. "I get it, little yellow dog, you're getting old, too lazy to move, huh? All right then, I'll keep you company a little longer today." I slouched on the sofa. "There won't be any more chances to keep you company. The little yellow dog let out a low howl. When I woke up from the sofa, Tiffany was crouched by my feet. Hearing my voice, she looked up, tears streaming down her face. "Megan, I heard that dogs can sense when their owner is about to leave and go ahead to the next life to wait for them. Is that true?" My camera almost slipped. I hurried to touch the little yellow dog. No breath. It lay by my feet, quietly leaving me as I drifted into sleep from exhaustion. I smiled more awkwardly than if I were crying. "What are you talking about?" The little yellow dog was 10 years old, just the right age to pass peacefully. When the camera turned back on, I was tending the soil beside a small mound on the back hill. Breathing heavily, face pale, wiping the sweat from my forehead, I pointed towards the house. "Go straight here to get home, just don't go the wrong way. If you end up at Pierce." I stopped abruptly. Smiling, I withdrew my hand. "Don't go back there, it'll be empty soon. When I come down, we'll make a home with Mom and Dad downstairs." Sobs mixed with the shaking camera. I looked up and smiled, pointing behind the lens. "What are you doing? You can't even hold the camera steady." Tiffany cried even louder. "You're the one." "What are you talking about?" I laughed out loud, waving my hand. "Looking at you like this, let's go, come home and eat the meal you cooked, Megan. If you keep this up, I'm not talking to you anymore." I stepped forward with a big grin, wrapping my arm around her shoulder. "Don't worry, your sister Megan is invincible." "A little cancer? Piece of cake." "Ha ha ha. Megan. Megan, open the door." Tiffany pounded on it frantically. The camera was propped up nearby, and Tiffany didn't even have time to adjust the angle, so only her lower half was visible. Inside the room, I screamed and cried out, "Get out! I told you to get out! Go away!" Followed by violent retching sounds. Tiffany was on the verge of tears. "Megan, if you keep this up, I'm going to break down the door." "What's going on? Let me see." "Get out! Leave me alone." The heart-wrenching scream pierced through the screen. Tiffany slammed hard against the door, and the old wooden door creaked open. Inside the room, I knelt beside the trash can, strands of hair stuck to my face with vomit, looking utterly disheveled. There was no trace of the laughter and singing from yesterday. I lifted my head in despair, my eyes red-rimmed. "Tiffany. Megan." She knelt down, ignoring my filthy state, and pulled me into a tight embrace. I trembled as I wrapped my arms around her, resting my chin on her shoulder, tears soaking her clothes. "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have snapped at you. But I always find myself dazed when I wake up, thinking I'm still the normal Megan, then I stare at the ceiling for a long time, realizing that I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick, Tiffany." I broke down in sobs. Tiffany held me tighter. It's okay, Megan, you can get through this, you can. You're Megan after all." I lay on Tiffany's shoulder, my rolled-up sleeves revealing arms bruised blue and purple. My voice was hoarse. "What should I do, Tiffany? At this rate, there'll be nowhere left to inject. It hurts so much." "Hey, now you know it hurts, huh? Not like when you stayed up all night last night fighting for tickets?" I pouted. "I have to see my ex-boyfriend's first concert after his big break, right? Long time no see, gotta see if his singing has improved." Tiffany fell silent. After a long moment, she touched me gently. "You said the reason you broke up with him was because you didn't want to hold him back. If he still has feelings for you now, would you ask him for help?" "No way," I said firmly. "But he can now break 10 million with just one song. He must be able to help you get treated now." "That's not allowed either. And you're not allowed to tell him. But, you right now." I put my hands on my hips, the indwelling needle leaving a bluish mark on my skin. "I'm fine now. Besides, when he was at his poorest, I kicked him away. Now that he's just made it big, I go back to him saying I'm sick. What kind of thing is that? Don't worry, I'm Megan. A little cancer? Piece of cake." I pinched my thumb and forefinger together, making a pinch gesture. Tiffany looked at me for a moment, then sighed. I waved my hand, let's go. This illness might not even be cured no matter how much money I spend, so it's better to use the limited funds for some final enjoyment. Come on, don't we have plans for the amusement park tonight? Before that, I found a barbecue place. Ah. I crashed headfirst into someone's arms. Frantically apologizing, I looked up and saw the person's face clearly, then immediately took several steps back. Tiffany gasped, Pierce? Although he was wearing a mask, covered tightly, lovers can recognize each other just by their eyes. Megan? His handsome almond-shaped eyes showed a flicker of shock. Then anger and blame followed. Without thinking, I turned and ran. The camera shook wildly as Tiffany sprinted after me. A cancer patient was running faster than when healthy. After heavy panting, someone shouted my name loudly, Megan. Do you hate me that much? Yes, just one look and then you leave, thanks a lot. Megan, I'm not mad at you either. After all, we come from the same village. It was you who dumped him back then, and he barely managed to move on. Your junior schoolmate has now also become a leading figure in the entertainment industry and really likes him. The public opinion is very much in their favor, so you shouldn't. I smiled and nodded, I know, Lauren, I won't bother him. I just want to see him one last time, I just want to see him. All right. After a few exchanges, I pointed the camera at myself. Here at Lauren's place, standing right behind me is Pierce's manager. She even bought the house right across just to push him to write songs. From this floor-to-ceiling window, you can see Pierce's place. Whenever Pierce slacks off, she just makes a call and goes over, ha ha ha. But he kept pulling the curtains, probably couldn't see anyway, I said as I aimed the camera at Pierce's new home. The lens passed through the drawn curtains and landed on a painting hanging on the wall, and my smile abruptly faded. It was a couple's photo of him and me from the past. In the picture, we were wearing clothes meant only for a wedding, jokingly smiling at the camera. That day, I even teased him, if you ever become famous, then really marry me. I never expected that this playful wedding photo would be hung right in the center. He came back. Taking off his mask, he raised his hand to touch the photo. Then he clenched his fist tightly over it, his whole body seeming to lose strength as he leaned against it, head bowed, shoulders trembling. Holding the camera, I pressed my fist against the floor-to-ceiling window, gritting my teeth to suppress my own trembling. I smiled. I don't think he'll ever know in his lifetime that I was actually standing right behind him. At the concert, glow sticks waved wildly. Tiffany held up the camera, but she wasn't filming Pierce. Instead, she aimed it at me, who was frantically waving a glow stick. Miss, slow down, don't shake off your wig. I pulled my mask down a little. It's fine, I checked myself over and over before coming, and look at my makeup today, isn't it pretty good? You'd never guess I'm a patient, right? Tiffany laughed, choking up a bit, your makeup skills still haven't improved. Humph, you just don't appreciate it. I turned my head to avoid the camera, and the next second Pierce's voice came through the lens, with you, the morning sky is vast and wide, you appear in my world, and love suddenly has color. I clapped my hands at Tiffany, incredible vocal runs, singing way better than before. Truly impressive. The fan screams were endless, the lyrics are amazing. Zara is Pierce's salvation. Pierce's breakup was the right call. His songs have only gotten better since splitting with Megan. He should have kicked Megan out long ago. What do you mean by that? Tiffany turned around. I immediately grabbed her, but it was too late. She pushed me away. What's wrong with Megan? The fans and companions looked over. Megan? A useless burden who only holds us back. She saw her brother had no money and just turned around to leave. Wait, you're not going to defend that bitch, are you? Who did you call a bitch? Tiffany threw her phone down. I hurriedly grabbed her as she was about to rush forward, smiling at them through my mask. Sorry, my friend's a bit worked up. The fan gave me a disdainful glance. At least there's one sensible person among you. The brother even wrote songs for his lover. Please, let that Megan stay out of it. No sooner had the words fallen than the concert camera focused on the woman in the VIP seats. Zara sat there in an elegant gown, her presence standing out among the fans. Screams erupted from the crowd, "Sister-in-law." Pierce stood on stage and nodded at her. The atmosphere instantly grew more intense. They definitely talked. Absolutely. It's true. The camera focused on my face again, Tiffany's voice tinged with hesitation, "Megan." I snapped back to reality and smiled, "Huh? Oh, they really are a perfect match, don't you think? Megan, if you have something to say, just say it. I don't believe you've truly let go." I paused for a moment, then smiled at the camera. "People have to move on, even what you can't let go of, you have to." The next second, the lights flashed in my eyes. A chill ran through me. Did the camera catch that? On stage, Pierce seemed to sense something. The hand holding the microphone paused. It looked toward the big screen. Under the spotlight, that seat was already empty. I leaned against the wall, gasping for breath. Tiffany supported me with one hand while holding up the camera with the other. "Miss, you're the patient, why are you running so fast?" I adjusted my wig in front of the camera. "If I don't run now, I'll be seen like this. His fans will definitely scold me. He worked so hard and finally managed to hold such a big concert. Would I really mess it up for him?" "Megan." A low voice came from behind. The hand combing my hair froze, and I immediately pulled my mask up. The next second, it was yanked off. I opened my eyes wide and found myself face to face with Pierce. Those peach blossom eyes looked down from above, brows furrowed. Tiffany was so startled she almost dropped the camera. "Humph, how long have you been away from me, and you've already turned out like this?" He forcibly pinched her chin up, a sneer curling at the corner of his mouth. "You'd rather cheat on me than stay loyal, and you didn't even take care of yourself?" I pushed his hand away and quickly pulled up my mask. His smile grew even more disdainful. "I thought he was so great that you didn't even want to talk to me anymore. Turns out, he's nothing special. From now on, if you want to come to my concerts, you can watch openly. I won't mock you. After all, you've long ceased to matter to me." My hand paused as I pinched the mask strap, my eyelashes lowering. But Tiffany spoke up, "Really? It doesn't matter?" "Of course, I have to thank you properly, Megan." I was taken aback. "If it weren't for you, I would never have known that my true love in this life is Zara." He curled his lips. "Thanks for your betrayal." "She didn't. She actually—" "I know." I raised my hand to cover Tiffany's mouth and smiled at him, "Wishing you both a lifetime of happiness." His brows furrowed deeply. Tiffany wanted to say more, but I tugged her hard, dragging her away. Zara's voice came from behind. "Pierce, is that Megan?" His voice was unclear in the wind. "No, in my heart, she's long been dead." In the footage, Tiffany's eyes were red as she looked around anxiously. Her room was empty first thing this morning, and the bed was neatly made, as if she hadn't slept there at all. Where could she have gone that night? Could that bastard have upset her? Ever since that concert, she's been listless. It's just a man, after all. If she dares to secretly sacrifice herself when I'm not looking, I will. I'll cut ties with her." Tiffany cried as she searched everywhere. The camera passed through the country path, crossed the layered terraces, and arrived at the cemetery. In front of a small mound of earth, a frail figure sat on the steps, staring blankly at the tombstone. "Megan!" Tiffany shouted, nearly swearing in anger. "What are you doing here all alone?" I looked at her for a moment, tilted my head, thought it over, and then realized, oh, it's Tiffany. "Megan?" Tiffany's voice trembled. I smiled and waved my hand dismissively. "It's nothing, just that I've been feeling tired easily lately, and my memory isn't as good. I keep dreaming about Mom and Dad. Last night, the pain kept me awake, so I just came out to get some air." As I spoke, my smile deepened. "Tiffany, being here feels like there's someone waiting for me to come home again." "Enough." Tiffany came over to me. why didn't you call me when it hurt? Is it still hurting now? Do you want me to take you to the hospital? I shook my head with a smile. The pain has been less frequent lately. Sometimes I feel like I'm no different from a normal person. Maybe it's just time. Shut up. Tiffany cut me off. After we eat, I'm taking you to the hospital. A gentle breeze lifted my hair. Some things, even when fully understood in one's heart, cannot be spoken aloud. So I smiled and nodded. Alright, what delicious food did you make today? The scene ended there, gracefully and quietly. Opening it again, I was the only one in front of the camera adjusting it. I smiled at the lens, this part one secretly recorded behind her back. She definitely wouldn't want me to say these things. Just now, I saw her crying alone in secret. Actually, sometimes I don't dream of mom and dad. Instead, I find myself half asleep, half awake, seeing them standing at the door, holding my favorite sweet and sour ribs. Smiling, they ask me if school is tiring. They say they're coming to pick me up. I sighed, looking up, trying to force the tears back, but they still slipped down the corners of my eyes. Tell me, don't you think that as you walk through life, there comes a moment when you suddenly realize you're all alone? After thinking for a moment, I smiled again. Isn't that kind of okay too? Like now, I only have to worry about Tiffany being alone. Being by yourself means that when you leave, there aren't so many things you can't let go of, right? Speaking of which, I immediately waved at the camera. No, Tiffany can't hear this. I'll hide this video, and when Tiffany finds it after I'm gone, she won't be able to scold me. You don't know, she was already holding back a lot when she was filming. When she really gets mad, she's awful, there's no way you should hear it. I paused, waved at the camera. Alright, that's it for today. I love you all, I love you, my Tiffany. Tiffany held the camera, filming left and right inside the car. Weather, sunny, temperature, perfect. Megan? I poked my head out from under the little blanket, my thin hand flashing a peace sign at the camera. Megan, unbeatable. Tiffany sighed. Hey, your voice sounds so weak, do you really have to go? I dragged my cheek. Of course, this is the day he receives his highest honor, the highlight of his life. Tiffany snorted. A love song written for Zara, and you don't even scold him, but you're eager to go witness the song winning an award? I smiled. He's always thought I betrayed him, that I didn't write love songs for Zara. Do you think he'd write them for me? The car pulled up near the awards ceremony. When I got out, the first thing I saw was Pierce's photo on the giant screen of the entire building, the color of love topping music charts at home and abroad. The ultimate romance a musical genius dedicates to his beloved. Even the background music in the square was that line, with you, the morning sky is vast and wide, you appear in my world, and love suddenly has color. Sounds awful. Tiffany pouted. I laughed. Not at all, it sounds great. Humph, alright, let's go in. We finally got these tickets, don't waste them. I pulled Tiffany along. Just a step outside, everything suddenly went black. The world spun before my eyes, and I heard Tiffany's startled shout, Megan. The scene shifted. I was lying in a hospital bed, watching the awards ceremony broadcast on the TV mounted on the wall. Pierce stood on the stage with Zara by his side, giving his acceptance speech. Actually, receiving this award today is not only a surprise but also a chance to thank someone. Thank the person who abandoned me back then. If she hadn't suddenly disappeared, I don't know if I could ever love someone this deeply in my life. Zara's face flushed red, while the entire venue erupted in screams. I pointed the camera at myself and saw my sunken cheeks, then flipped the camera back and cleared my throat. Ahem, I need to clarify something. I didn't disappear because I abandoned anyone, I died, okay? Tiffany interrupted me through her tears. Can you stop messing around? I finally managed to hold back my tears. The camera shook slightly, as if I was trembling with laughter. But in truth, I just couldn't hold it together. Handing the camera to Tiffany, I closed my eyes. So tired, I want to sleep. This time, I should really be able to rest. The tape ends here. Tiffany, sitting in the audience, was already sobbing uncontrollably. Pierce stared blankly at the now dark screen, then turned to Tiffany in confusion. Why didn't she tell me? Tiffany choked up. She was diagnosed when you were at your poorest. She said she knew that once you found out, you would give up the upcoming competitions to accompany her everywhere seeking treatment, but Lauren said there was a good chance you'd blow up if you went to compete. She knew she didn't have much time left, and she missed home too. Pierce's hand veins bulged as he held back tears for a long time before forcing a bitter smile. She must have hated me, right? Tiffany shook her head. She recorded some videos herself, and I only found out after she passed. After she finished speaking, my image appeared again on the big screen. I waved at the camera. And 4 needle was still in my hand as I lay in the hospital bed. I feel like there are some things I need to clarify. I didn't know if people would misunderstand Pierce after this video was released. But he's a good person. We grew up together, and I know that clearly. After that concert, my account kept receiving transfers from an anonymous sender. I know it was him. I pulled out the records. Each transfer was in the 7 or 8-figure range. I smiled at the camera. I know it's you, Pierce. Thank you, but it's already too late. I can't save myself now. However, I will donate this money on your behalf, setting up a cancer fund or giving it to charity. Since we're already here, I'll talk about my will. I didn't undergo treatment, but I still have some money left. I know Pierce no longer needs it, so I'm leaving all of it to Tiffany. My goodbye world video series is fully entrusted to Tiffany. If this set of videos can help her start a channel, that would be best. But I want to emphasize once again. Pierce did nothing wrong. He's always been tough on the outside but soft at heart. Please don't cyberbully him, thank you. I waved at the camera. Well, that's it for now. See you in the next life. The final segment finished playing. Pierce sat there, silent. Some fans in the audience grew restless. What is this? Pierce is with Zara now, so why post videos of his ex-girlfriend? But soon someone countered, isn't this just a record before her death? Even if it wasn't posted here, it's already all over social media. She's dead, how could she possibly control this? No matter what, dying doesn't make you a mistress. She's not a mistress, Pierce said, and the audience immediately fell silent. Zara hesitated for a moment, then took the microphone. Sorry, actually, Pierce and we're fake. For a while after that, Pierce, who had always been active on screen, disappeared without a trace. When Zara found him, he was sitting in front of the wedding photo of him and Megan, with a pile of cigarette butts scattered at his feet. What are you doing? Zara stepped forward and pulled the cigarette from his mouth. You haven't eaten in 3 days, only drinking. What, are you planning to follow Megan? Megan wouldn't want to see you like this. See? Pierce laughed sarcastically. Can she even see me anymore? Zara faltered. Pierce held his forehead, his shoulders shaking, uncertain if he was crying or laughing. If she were still here, she'd probably hate me to death, right? If only I had been a little earlier, even just a bit, I could have earned the medical fees she needed. Then she would have stayed without guilt, letting me treat her without any reservations. He couldn't continue. Turning to Zara, he said, what are you doing here again? Didn't I clear things up for you? This is a business marriage, no one will accuse you of being a mistress, and your future won't be affected. Can you please stop interfering between me and her? Zara gritted her teeth. I know, but before you leave, there are some things that need to be made clear. If Megan really hated you, why would she record a video to clear things up for you? You and Megan grew up together, and you don't even know what kind of person she is? If she could really see you, do you think she would leave without peace of mind? She left ruthlessly just to see you have a bright future, but look at what you're doing. Zara kicked the dusty guitar. What about your dream of music? If you really love her, spend the rest of your life writing songs for her, so she can hear your love even from heaven. That's better than waiting here to die. With that, she threw down some food and turned to leave. Pierce sat where he was, staring at the guitar for a long time. When he stood up, his legs gave out and he fell to the ground. He had been surviving on alcohol for nearly 3 days and had little strength left. He reluctantly ate a few bites of the meal Zara brought him, then finally found the strength to pick up his guitar. He strummed a few notes. It was The Color of Love. That day, Pierce updated his Facebook. It was a note. On it was a line of words: "With you, the morning sky is vast, you appear in my world, and love suddenly has color." March 12, 2023. Netizens immediately sensed the meaning. Was this song written for Megan? They hadn't broken up by that date. So he had been singing "I love you" to Megan all along. It was unbearable. Why did fate have to be so cruel to Megan? Overnight, Megan's Facebook gained 1 million followers. But in reality, she only had one post: "If you're feeling down, you can come talk to me." Wishing everyone health and happiness, and to grow old with the ones they love. Every day, there are so many new comments. "Sister, how is the world over there? I'm so tired, I want to come find you. If the baby upstairs has any difficulties, you can tell us. Auntie doesn't have much money, but she will help as much as she can. Cancer pain is so unbearable. Sister, how did you get through your final days? Senior, I helped persuade him to come back, so don't worry. My little dog died. Sister, would the dog know he was going to leave me? When I woke up, he was still smiling at me. The dog is telling you not to worry. He will watch over you from heaven. Thank you, sister. I was about to give up, but seeing you so optimistic in your final moments made me want to hold on a little longer." Among a pile of comments, one like surged to the top: "Belated love, can you still feel it?" Commenter, Pierce. Tiffany's account just posted a new video. It quickly shot up to the trending list. In the footage, the old house where she and I spent our final moments was being demolished. The house, carrying 18 years of memories between Pierce and me, was being torn down. Pierce stood silently to the side, watching. The wind blew around him as he remained speechless, only slightly coming back to himself when Tiffany stepped forward. "What are you doing here?" He still gazed at the wasteland. Was she in pain when she left? Not really, it was like she just fell asleep. Is that so? He slightly lifted the corner of his mouth, but tears shimmered in his eyes. Sometimes I imagine that all of this is just my illusion. She really was just asleep. When I came to my senses, she was still sleeping beside me. I gently shook her, and she woke up. Just like always, greeting me. Every day when I open my eyes, I stare at the ceiling for a long time before I come back to my senses. I've lost her forever. Tiffany was taken aback. Her voice trembled slightly. These words sound so familiar. Sometimes she would forget that she was a patient too. Pierce lowered his head. Sometimes, I really just want to stay lost in the illusion forever and never wake up. After speaking, he turned and walked alone along the path through the fields. It was as if, back then, he and another girl had walked side by side. Life truly seems to go on, until suddenly you realize you're the only one left. Tiffany aimed the camera at the ruins, her laughter trembling slightly. In the next life, you still have to be good friends with me, got it? A gust of wind blew, stirring the wind chime hanging from a wooden pole. It rang out crisp and clear. Tiffany threw the stone in her hand away, her voice choked with tears. "You bastard."